All right, you guys, welcome back to week 2 of draft season number 1. We are going to be going ahead and watching Needlessly Large Rods versus Big Vibrating Chungus game number 1. Both teams pretty close in the standings. Big Vibrating Chungus at a nice 3-3, 3 wins, 3 losses. And we're going to see Needlessly Large Rods at 2-4 with 2 wins and 4 losses. So it's really anybody's game. And honestly, we saw last night Team Needlessly Large Rods really come together to get some really solid plays. They played fantastic last night in the first game against a ranked 1. We saw a lot of really good teamwork. We saw a lot of really good things come out of it. So we're going to see if they can replicate that again today. And as you can see, they do have a substitution. We have Mr. T-Man Billy in here in place of, Peels from yesterday. So we're going to see T-Man Billy in here. We also have Jarrett, who we saw last week. And for the side of Team Big Vibrating Chungus, we're going to see the absence of Magugabugga once again. And in his place, we are going to be seeing Mr. or Mrs., or whatever they may want to go by. I love life. So we're going to be seeing hopefully a pretty competitive game based on the numbers and the way things have been going. We're going to hope to see a competitive game, of course. That's always the most fun part that we can see here. So right away, we're going to see Wise Gopher pick up the Tristana in his first draft pick. But before we get on to more draft picks, let's talk about the bands here. So we're going to see Udyr and Hecarim band away for the side of Big Vibrating Chungus. I think those are two very good calls. Udyr and Hecarim are both very strong junglers. And while I do think Udyr is a little bit better, Evelyn's a little bit better, Morgana's a little bit better in the jungle than Hecarim right now, Hecarim is still a very, very solid pick, and his ability to get around the map and his mobility is very strong. So I am perfectly fine with that Hecarim ban. And to go further there, to not talk about just the junglers, we're going to see the Leona ban also for the side of Big Vibrating Chungus. And again, Aiden and I have talked about it countless times. The amount of CC coming out from that champion is absolutely incredible. So it's really a good idea to take away the Leona if absolutely possible. On top of that, we're going to see Yuumi, Aurelia, and Evelyn band away from the other side here of Needlessly Large Rods. The Evelyn, we saw 2Dude play yesterday, and 2Dude absolutely went to town. It was unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable watching 2Dude on the Evelyn. So I think that's a very smart ban on their part. We've also seen Ravedorn do some really good things on the Aurelia, so I think that's a perfectly fine ban as well. And Yuumi is just Yuumi, so nothing wrong with that. So let's go back to the picks here. So we see an Ezreal picked up to counteract the range of Tristana and the mobility of Tristana. Should be a pretty even lane here, I would think, going on so far, depending on which supports they get paired with. And then we see Diana in the jungle, I'm assuming, for the side of Team Needlessly Large Rods, which is a very, very strong pick. I really like that pick. Not surprised that it got picked when it was not banned away. So I really like that pick. On top of that, I do like the Alistar. Alistar provides a very strong combo with the Diana and Tristan. Alistar is one of the strongest lanes that we have been seeing of late. So I really like the Alistar pickup as well. So that is a very, very solid call in my opinion, of course. And then on top of that, we're going to go see Blitzcrank and Shen picked over for the other side. So we're going to see 2Dude not have his champion picked yet. We're also going to see Your Eternity on his support pick not picked yet. So Blitzcrank, we saw... Actually, sorry. What am I saying? Your Eternity is going to be rocking the Blitzcrank. we're missing the mid lane here. That's my bad, guys. Unless we see the Ezreal mid lane, which I don't think is going to happen. But last night, we did see a Blitzcrank run amok in the game that the Blitzcrank was picked in. So Team Ranked 1... they were actually picked up the Blitzcrank last night, and it did way better than any of us expected. It was the Blitzcrank versus the Nautilus. Both Aiden and I were expecting the Nautilus to, do a little bit better than the Blitzcrank, has a little bit more potential for team fights and that sort of stuff. However, the Blitzcrank just took over 10, 2, and 14. It was absolutely incredible. So we're going to see if Your Eternity can, emulate that over here on the Blitzcrank. And then Shen, I've been hearing that Saf, and he's been playing a decent amount of Shen here. Up in the top lane. So I'm also liking that pickup. I like the global pressure that's from Shen. He has the ability to, save the Ezreal if absolutely needed down there in the bottom lane. I think Shen's ultimate is just incredibly, incredibly strong, and I will always be happy with a Shen pickup. Katarina ban, I'm not sure if that's going to be a targeted ban towards T-Man Billy. I do not know much about the champions that he does play. And Katarina seems like less of a priority ban in my opinion for most cases. Like, here we go, the Silas to me is, you know, more of a targeted ban, or more of a prioritized ban that I would say, you know, first things first, I'm going to ban the Silas over the Katarina. So I'm not quite too sure about that one. However, Katarina can be strong if you let her snowball and if you can get some roams off with her. So that is perfectly fine in my opinion. And we're going to see 2 dude on the Olaf. I do like the Olaf pick. Olaf is somebody that is not played quite so often in the jungle anymore. However, if you do know how to play him, he can be used to perfection. I don't know how many people watch LEC. However, if you do watch the LEC, one thing that I can say is if you ever watched G2, there's one game of G2 playing Olaf for Jankos, and Jankos went absolutely nuts with that pick. So I think 2 dude can do the same. We're going to see it here. So we're also going to see Coltimus, I assuming, in the top lane here, going with the Garen pickup. So I am perfectly fine with that. I think that Garen is a strong champion, and he is annoying to play against, that's for sure. His silence is very strong, so I can't really complain too much on that front. And then Spinny Spin, all he has to do is just spin, and he's doing a lot of work here, so I'm fine with that. On top of that, we're also going to see, possibly a slight role change. So we are going to see Coltimus here on the support. So lately we've been watching Coltimus be playing the top lane here. However, it's looking like that is going to be Coltimus support, which is going to be interesting. I'm sure he'll be able to do pretty well here. So we are going to see the Tristan Alistar bottom lane. We're going to see Coltimus playing support for the first time in this tournament. I think it's going to be really strong, so I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Now, here's one thing that we're looking at right now as well. So we're noticing that Savathany is holding on to the Ezreal, and we're going to see Your Eternity go ahead and hold on to the Shen, and likely be going top lane here. So it's going to be a little bit of a role swap there as well. So I do know that Savathany has played quite a bunch of ADC in the past. It has not been a whole lot recently from what I know based on my research. But I am pretty sure that he has played ADC quite a bit in past seasons. So I'm expecting some big things out of him here. Your Eternity, I'm not 100% sure how much Your Eternity has been playing in the top lane here, but I'm sure that he can pick it up just fine. He's had some really strong picks in the support position, so if he can get himself onto a carry right now, I'm sure that, you know, it'll be going pretty well here. So it's gonna be an interesting time. Absolutely interesting time. I'm going to be, you know, switching away for just a moment, and I will be coming back at you guys when we get into the first game. All right, so one moment, we will be just right back.
Sometimes and I can't seem to find a light between the walls I built for myself right in my mind. And then you came over and you showed me love that I never had seen before. And now when I got you, it's all gonna be alright. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put the fire out. You can turn it all around. You can lift me off the ground, so we can fly again, 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 so we can fly again. I've been trying hard not to go out of my mind, and all I need right now is for you to stay the night. But if you keep saying that you've got to leave, then I'm gonna be alright. As long as you tell me that we ain't running out of time. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put the fire out. You can turn it all around. And you can lift me off the ground, so we can fly again, so we can fly again. 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 Oh, we can fly again.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately.
Alright guys, we are back. Sorry for that little bit of a delay. But we are in for game number 1 of Team Needlessly Large Rods versus Team Big Vibrating Chungus. We do see another Blitzcrank in the game, so it is possible, you know, that we do go ahead and see an invade. However, I'm thinking that is probably going to be just a little bit unlikely. So, would be interesting, but not necessarily likely. But we're going to see them just, you know, go for a 5-point here instead. We have not seen necessarily a fully successful invade yet. We did see that one last night. However, all it was burned out of is the flash, which is still successful in a way. However, would have been cool if they could have gotten a kill for themselves as well, obviously, but that is not the case. So all we're going to see right now is them going to be 5-pointing, trying to get some vision a little bit. We're going to see the Blitzcrank hanging out in the Dragon Pit, though, so it is possible. He is looking for something here. He is absolutely looking for something. But who knows if he's going to get it. It's going to be unlikely, but he might be searching. And right now, we're just going to see the Broloff skin showing off what he does best, being an absolute bro with his groggy ice cases for an axe. Don't know how much damage that would actually do if you're trying to slap somebody with a, with a cardboard box, but I mean, there's only so much you can do, and I think he can make it work. So we're gonna watch him. We're gonna see if he can actually make it work, or if it's just gonna be fake news. And we're gonna see him go ahead and take his first blue buff. Alright, so first off, let's talk about the lanes here. So the bottom lane should be, relatively interesting, because we do see a Tristan Alistar, which is a very strong, very strong lane in the game right now. We're also going to see the Ezreal Blitzcrank. So the Tristana can mitigate the Blitzcrank hook if they can time the rocket jump well. Then the Tristana can go ahead and just jump away. But at the same time, Alistar's combo is a lot harder to dodge and deal with. Oh, so I Love Life hits that hook. However, he's just going to go ahead and get the flash out of Coltimus, and the Ignite is going to be dropped as well. But we are also going to see the flash come out of Safony. The issue is there that the side of Team Needlessly Large Rods, their bottom lane, did hit level 2 first. So that was what enabled them to get that engage off right away. And they forced the flash out of Safdini. They did get the flash force back out of them by Coltimus. However, that is not as big a deal as you may think. He does have the Hex Flash. So if he can get out of vision and get that Hex Flash off, then he's going to be very strong, as we typically see on the Alistar. And the Blitzcrank, the Blitzcrank becomes a little bit more useless if you miss the hook, whereas the Alistar is literally a point and click. So the Alistar can be useful. And okay, Ravedorn is going to pop down the Ignite and get some autos off on T-Man Billy, and T-Man Billy is going to go down. So T-Man Billy going to have a little bit more global pressure with that teleport, but as we're seeing early already, Ravedorn is going to have that kill potential with the Ignite, and he did get that first kill, so that is really, really good for him. He gets first blood, and that's going to put a lot of gold into his pocket. I'm just going to see a little bit more trading going down in the bottom lane. What I'm looking for here is for it to be a relatively aggressive but also relatively safe lane at the same time, because both sides have such strong engage that we're going to be looking for that perfect play, that perfect engage, because if they don't look for the tactical engage, it could end up costing them their life, because of the fact that Coltimus on the Alistar is so useful for the engages. I Love Life has the ability to pull somebody out of an engage and start an engage of their own. It's definitely a lane where you have to be a little bit more careful, but at the same time, you can be aggressive. And as I say that, we're going to be looking at a top lane gank right now. Dude coming in against Jarrett on the Garen. He's going to miss the axe, but it's not going to matter. Jarrett, you're going to go ahead and just silence Dude, make him walk away. He's going to go pick up that axe. Coltimus going to miss the combo, but hitting the W into the Tristana is going to do some major work. So Coltimus is going to still force out the flash of I Love Life and the heal of Safdini. So I Love Life going to be getting away with his life. However, that is 2 summoners burned once again. We also still see no flash on Safdini, so that is both summoners down for him, at least for another minute and a half or so, 2 minutes. So that is something to keep in mind if you're the side of Team Needlessly Large Rods. We're going to see a little bit more trading go down in the top lane. And one thing I want to note now is the dragon has come up now. So we see the Cloud Dragon. We see MKP on the Diana right now, pathing towards the bottom side. He is going to get spotted out. However, he is still there. His goal right now is to try to get some pressure, get a little bit of priority, and hopefully work towards getting that dragon. We know how fast Diana is at her clears. We know how fast Diana is at taking objectives. So I think that if they can get enough priority here, they can get this dragon started and finish it up very quickly. But we're going to see what happens. It looks like he's just going to go back to farming for now. And he's going to just, finish up his clear, go back, maybe get another item before he works towards that dragon. Neither team really has enough priority to, overtake it right now. Coltimus doing some roaming, getting some vision down. And we are going to see, a little bit of vision control going over to the side of Team Needlessly Large Rods. So that is exactly what we're going to be looking at right now. We're also going to see a little bit of counter jungling from Tudu. We're going to see a gank coming in from MKP on the Diana. However, he is going to get spotted out. So Ari right here, Ravedorn is going to just be able to walk away, not have any issues. The Ari is very mobile now as well. He has flash. All right, so Ravedorn has flash up. He has his ultimate up. So I am not too stressed out about Ravedorn getting out of there. All right, so he has the mobility. He has the ability to get away. He also has the ability to charge in and engage. And Vision does indeed win games. Everybody knows that. It's just a matter of how well they use their Vision. So hopefully one of, if not both of these teams, can go ahead and try to plant some Vision around this objective. And, continue to go ahead and assert themselves as the Vision masterpieces. The Vision, the Vision masters. However, right now it's looking like it's just gonna be a little bit more trading bottom lane, and not a whole lot of action right now. Tudu gonna be looking in to probably pick up that scuttle. Once he picks up that scuttle, we're likely gonna see Ravedorn try to get a push in here and possibly go roam over to help him with that dragon. And while we're saying that, in the top lane, Vision masterpieces, that's gonna be my new quote. We're gonna see Your Eternity doing some major work here, all right, on the Shen. But here's the thing right now. We see Jarrett. He only has the Doran Shield still. That means he has not backed just yet. He is down in farm. He is not backed, so the trading does make sense. And he is going to go pick up the attack speed boots first right away. as well as a refillable and ruby crystal. So that is honestly fine with me. And it's looking like we're going to be seeing MKP start up that dragon. He is on vision, so I'm not quite too sure how this is going to work. Maybe he's just going for a little bit of a bait. We're not too sure. However, we are going to see him start it up, and it's looking like they might be picking that up right now. Yep, they absolutely are. 2Dude has been known to get some steals. However, Coltimus is going to do well in keeping him away. And he's not going to be able to get the steal this time as 2Dude. He is going to have to flash and ult away. But he is going to get that flash out of Coltimus again as well. Ravedorn going to be going in on the Ahri. That's perfectly fine. Ravedorn still has his flash, but he did manage to get the flash out of MKP. Ravedorn still has his flash up, but he doesn't have his ultimate up, and they get the kill on Coltimus. That is opening it up right for them. If your Eternity's E can come off of cooldown, he might be able to pick up Wise Gopher. However, that is not the case. A lot of summoners being burned. 1 kill going down. However, Nisi Large Raj is going to pick up that dragon. So they are still in a pretty good spot, and even though they have a small gold deficit right now, I think they're in a good position picking up that dragon. Taking that away from the Shen is a good call. That ult is a very, very strong ability, and if you can, mitigate the CDR that comes down onto that ultimate is really good. So I'm perfectly fine with that dragon pickup. 2Dude still doing a little bit of counter jungling, which is good in my opinion. However, we are still seeing him be slightly down in farm, but he does have that assist to sort of make up for it. We are going to see Coltimus go down and engage. However, he's not even level 6 yet. He's just going to be able to be picked up. I don't think he quite realized that there was still 4 in the bottom lane. So he went for the engage. I guess he didn't realize he wasn't 6 and that there wasn't 4 there, which is perfectly fine. It's just a little bit over ambitious, which is, it happens. Yeah, more blitz games. Absolutely. I was very shocked to see another blitz. However, I am liking it. I am not going to complain about seeing another blitzcrank because blitzcrank is hilarious to watch. We are going to see I Love Life just walking out there, trolling a little bit. Oh, baiting the hook is Wise Gopher. Pretty solid dodge, in my opinion. Because you make him think you're going to be going to sidestep, but it's not going to sidestep. You're just going to walk back. So, makes sense. Also, we're going to see a TP into the top lane from Your Eternity. He might be looking to get Jared out here on the Garen. He is going to stop his back, but this is going to be just a 1v1 fight right now. And Jared, I think, is going to come out on top right now with the attack speed boots, doing some major work on that E. He does have his ultimate up as well. So, this is going to be good for Jarrett. If he can possibly get a kill here, if 2Dude doesn't come in and have something to say about it. Beyblade, we have my boy Garen doing some spins. We are also going to see that top Scuttle Crab go down to the side of Team Big Vibrating Chungus. And on top of the Scuttle Crab, they're going to pick up MKP as well. Colton's going to be going in for a big engage on I Love Life. Wise Gopher going to be doing some major damage. It looks like they're going to pick up I Love Life, but Safton, you're going to be in on the Ezreal. He is going to be doing some work trying to get that kill. He's used his heal. He still has his flash available. Wise Gopher does not have the flash or the heal. Coltimus has the ignite and the hex flash, but he does not have just a straight up flash, so he does not have the escape if absolutely needed right now. However, one positive for him is he is 6, so he was able to use the ultimate, and that's kind of what helped him survive there. So it could have gone worse. It could have gone worse for the side of Team Needs Third Rods. However, it did not. So we see them at least get back with a kill, which is really, really good for them because we see them with the dragon. We get their first kill on the board, and it's on to Wise Gopher, who is going to be one of the main carries here. As I do like Victor as a champion, however, it does still take him a little while to get on board and online. He's not the greatest champion early in the game. So if he can continue to farm and level up, gain some XP, and be a Victor, he can do some major damage. However, early it's not looking like he's going to be able to pick up kills too easily, but he is going to be picking that one up. But we see an absolutely excellent Shen ultimate, Shen ult into the taunt, and then the Ahri charm. Okay, fantastic work. This is what I'm talking about. When we see that Shen always has global presence. All right. That is the thing. Shen is always so strong simply because of that ability. Even though it is a very long cooldown, when that ulti is off cooldown, Shen is an absolutely incredible champion. Alright, so fantastic play there. Team Billy is going to be looking like he gets that kill. However, not quite going to be able to go down strictly because of that ult. We are going to see the ignite go down by Ravedorn, by the way, in that exchange, and that is what is going to be what picked up the second kill there onto Coltimus. So not a whole lot of complaints, in my opinion, there. He got Team Billy with the Ignite. Coltimus is the one who was still alive the second time. That is my apologies. But so far right now, the game is looking to be slightly in the favor of Big Vibrating Chungus, even though they are down to Dragon. It looks to be in their favor. But at the same time, speaking of dragons, we are seeing Team Needlessly Large Rods work around this dragon, try to get some vision, and they do have priority. They have very, very strong priority right now. We don't see a whole lot of red side wards in that bottom side right now, but we do see a lot of blue side wards. So going into this mountain dragon coming up right now, it looks like, you know, the side needs to large rods in a slightly better position. However, we are going to see Ravedorn come down and 2-dude come down as well. So it is going to be a 3v3 at least, or 3v4, because at the same time, T-Man Billy can also come down. And while we're talking about that, we're actually going to see Jarrett go ahead and pick up that first turret top lane. That is really, really good for the side of Team Needlessly Large Rods. So Jarrett doing some really good work. Oh, and MKP going to get hooked. I think MKP is going to go down. That is huge. That is really, really good for the side of Team Big Vibrating Chungus. Wise Gopher going to be trying to kite out of his mind. They might be able to pick up Anthony or Safdie. He goes down. However, Wise Gopher is going to go down as well. Coltmus might be getting hooked here. I Love Life coming in, but he's going to go ahead and miss that hook. What an absolute turn of events. I don't know what to say about that hook. I'm not going to make any comments. However, I think he definitely could have played that a little bit better. Jarrett going to be flashing in and igniting onto Your Eternity. Not quite sure if that is the play. However, it is the play that was made, so I guess it is the play. But not going to be able to get a kill of it, unfortunately. So that is both of his summoners down for essentially no reason. However, he is Garen. He still does have that speed. He has the silence. He has his ult. So he's still very, very strong. He's also farming up very well right now. He's at 115 CS. He is the most in the game. So Jarrett on this Garen here is looking to be a real strong pick. All right. So I'm excited to see what Jarrett can do. He's got a stride breaker now. So this Garen pick is looking pretty good. So I'm excited to see what he can do with it. And up in the top side as well, we see the mid lane and the jungle. So we see MKP on the Diana 0-2-0, and we see T-Man Billy on the Victor 0-2-1. Diana is typically the type of champion where you're going to look to see, once they hit 6, they're going to be a whole lot of good things for the team. So I do like Diana pick still, and being 0-2-0 isn't a huge deal. He does still have a decent amount of farm. So being down 0-2-0 is not the end of the world. Victor as well, 0-2-1. Not the end of the world for him. As long as you're farming up well, you're still going to get strong because you are Victor and you're playing for the mid to late game. So I'm not too worried about them for sure. And while I'm talking about that, we're going to be seeing 2-dude possibly go down. He is going to just make it out with that flash ultimate. However, in his place is likely going to be Your Eternity. He's going to go for the ult to save 2-dude. However, his ult is going to get canceled. There is no turret here. They're able to chase. However, it looks like Jarrett's the only one chasing right now. But at the same time, we see Ravedorn coming up to support. T-Man Billy going to drop the Death Ray. Oh my god, and T-Man Billy is going to be getting absolutely blown up by Ravedorn. Ravedorn coming in doing major plays. Ravedorn seems to be absolutely carrying this game right now. 4-1 right now in the mid lane. However, Jarrett's still going to pop him. Jarrett versus 2-dude. This is solid 1v1, and we're going to see 2-dude actually go ahead and pick up that kill. 306 is 2-dude now on the Olaf. That ult is so strong, because being able to avoid that CC is honestly an incredible ability. So it's basically having a cleanse on a lower cooldown. And we're also going to see a TP in from Your Eternity. So Team Big Vibrating Chungus looking pretty good right now. However, they're just going to be able to back away. Wise Gopher had to use the ult. Coltimus had to use the ult. And Coltimus also dropped the Ignite, which is perfectly fine. He still has the Hex Flash up. They did get the teleport out of Your Eternity, so I'm not too stressed out about that either for them. They're probably going to be looking just to clear this wave and probably get Big Vibrating Chungus out of this. But their goal is also to try and, dodge that hook. And right as I'm about to say it, Wise Gopher gets hit by that hook and gets pulled away from the turret. That is going to be a major kill. Coltimus is going to be going down as well. Jarrett going to be looking to avenge him, hopefully. Jarrett's going to be chasing him down. Jarrett does not have his ult up yet. He's going to get hooked by the Blitzcrank, but the Blitzcrank's going to be out of mana and out of movement speed and out of life. So the Blitzcrank going to go down. Ravedorn is going to be there to support him. However, it's looking like they're just going to back off. Ravedorn's going to go back mid, try to get some damage on that mid turret. Jarrett's going to be clearing that bottom wave. And while the kill difference is starting to accumulate and the gold difference is there, I still think that Team Needlessly Large Rods is in this game. I'm not a huge fan of the Victor pick. I think it takes way too long for him to be online at this point. So I think that Victor pick is not the strongest. But there is still absolute possibility that T-Man Billy can come out and start doing some major damage. Again, I've mentioned that Victor is that late game champion, right? So if we can see T-Man Billy here on the Victor continue to farm up, continue to get that gold, continue to get that XP, and get those level ups and get those upgrades on his abilities, he can become a real issue. We're going to see Wise go for jumping on Ravedorn, going for the flash. Ravedorn's looking to get away, but T-Man Billy going to come in there with the Death Ray. Wise Gopher going to hit the Tristana ultimate, going to hit the Buster Shot, get him out of there. Two dudes going to have to just run away, and he might be settling to pick up the Rift Herald. However, T-Man Billy going to drop that ultimate, and we're going to see your Eternity on the Shen return that ultimate drop, and going to go ahead and save the life of two dudes and force the side of Team Lisa's Large Rods off. While that was all happening, we saw Wise Gopher go ahead, burn the flash, and burn the heal. And we also saw Ravedorn flash away, but he still managed to give up his life. So, overall, not too bad of a trade. I think that's really solid for the side of Team Needless Large Rods. I think they needed that extra kill. So, I think it is a solid play in their part. They also stopped the Rift Herald. So, we're going to start to see them start to scale a little bit more and, really start to come online a little bit more. I'm looking to see, just continuous farm from this Diana. And play for team fights. You need to get the experience. You need to get some, team fights in there and worry less about solo kills. So once they can do that, once they can get sorted out there, I think that even this Diana pick being 0-4 is going to become a solid enough pick. And while we're talking about that, it's looking like they're going to be aiming to pick up this Rift Herald. So the side of Team Big Vibrating Chungus is going to be picking up that Ocean Dragon. But Team Needlessly Large Rods is going to be opting to go ahead and pick up that Rift Herald. Oh my... Okay, they did get it. I was a little bit worried for a second. I was checking the mini-map and I saw the fact that the timer, the hourglass, showed back up. So I was a little bit worried that the Baron was going to be spawning right away and they didn't get the Rift Herald. However, they did manage to get the Rift Herald, so it's perfectly fine. Colton is going to be going down onto Ravedorn. Ravedorn going to be forced to ult away. He does use the Charm. Not going to connect onto anybody on the side of Team Needlessly Large Rods. However, they are going to get the turret, his Needlessly Large Rods. So that mid turret is going to be broken open. That's going to give them a lot of priority now. The only tier 1 left standing for the side of Team Big Vibrating Chungus is that bottom lane turret, and it is taking some major damage. And as I speak about that, we're going to see Jarrett go ahead and take that turret out. So that one turret is no longer there. So all 3 outer turrets for the side of Big Vibrating Chungus are gone. That's really good for the side of Team Needlessly Large Rods. While we do see them down in kills, they are actually up in towers taken, which is really good. So even being down that one dragon, the gold is starting to even out a little bit more. It's only about a 1k difference. We were seeing upwards of 2k just a couple minutes ago. So the fact that they have brought it back to within 1k is pretty good. T-Man Billy going to be going in, not knowing that the Blitzcrank's there. However, they're also not going to know that the Diana's there. Diana's going to be able to get the ult off. Coltimus is going to be coming in. Wise Gopher's going to be coming in. MKP going to be doing some major damage onto I Love Life. The Shen ult is going to come down yet again. Your Eternity is going to save I Love Life for a moment, but it looks like they might be both going down unless Ravedorn can come in from the back and do some major damage. Wise Gopher not even be able to take down I Love Life. Huge play from the side of Big Vibrating Chungus. They collapse, they communicate, they get the kills, they almost pull off the ace, and it looks like they're going to get that Baron. But before they get that Baron, they're obviously going to pick up the Scuttle Crab. But while this is all happening, we're going to see Jarrett in the bottom lane, getting a split push. So while what just happened isn't great for Team Needlessly Large Rods, I'm liking that they're still at least taking some formative objective. So we see Jarrett in the bottom lane likely getting that tier 2 turret, or at least getting it close. It is not 100% guaranteed that he's going to take that turret down, but it is definitely a good chance. And as I'm saying that, it is a 100% chance now. So I was talking about a chance, now it's 100%. That turret's going to go down. Jarrett absolutely playing fantastic right now. With some of the plays he's been making, he's been really helped keeping his team in the game. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Jarrett. I think the rest of his team should be able to follow. I think that last fight was pretty good. However, they were a little bit split to start off, and I think that's what caused the downfall of the team. But if they can, work to try to get grouped a little bit more here, and rather than fighting, 2v2 and then have the other guys come in 3v2. I think we need to, try to focus on getting a little bit more advantages where they're outnumbering the enemy team. So Big Vibrating Chungus is doing fantastic. Don't get me wrong, they're playing very, very well. They have a lot of level leads. However, one thing I'd like to see from Team Needlessly Large Rods is them working together, communicating, and trying to get themselves into, some slightly better positions. And I think that they can pull off a couple team fight wins here. We're going to see Coltimus flash in, get the Q. He's going to knock Ravedorn away, however. Ravedorn's going to hit that charm. And then Coltimus is going to get hooked by I Love Life. That's going to be an absolute death. We're going to see a massive ult from the Diana. We're going to see Jarrett go in. Jarrett can be doing some major damage. However, they are outmanned. Right away, as soon as Coltimus went down, it turns to a 4v3, and I think that is going to be Jarrett going down. Your Eternity is also fighting T-Man Billy in the top side. He's being close to an ace. Not quite an ace just yet, but it's looking like it might be going that way if Your Eternity can pick this up. Even if not, they're going to use this Baron buff to go ahead and push down this mid lane. 22-6 are the kills right now, and that gold lead is widened back up to about 7,000 gold. I think that this game was going really, really well for both teams. I think it was a pretty even game for a little while. However, we are now seeing the side of Big Vibrating Chungus go ahead and start to take over. So two major picks I'm looking at right now are the Shen and the Ahri. I did not know the Ahri was able to put out that kind of damage right now. So I think that is looking really good for them. And as I'm saying that, we're also going to see I Love Life go down. So I made a couple jokes last night, talking about Checo being like 11 a.m. and these guys are there till like 5. I think I Love Life was about there till 5 that time. He's going to end up giving his life. So that's a little bit of hope for the side of Team Needlessly Large Rods. So I'm liking that. And it's looking like they're trying to get this dragon. They do not want to give Soul Point over to the side of Team Big Vibrating Chungus. So NLR is going to be looking for control of this river. They do not know that Ravedorn's here. However, they're going to see that. They might have seen that the ward was going to go down. But I'm not sure. They don't know that Ravedorn's in this bush. However, they're going to know now. We're going to see Wise Gopher get absolutely obliterated by Ravedorn. However, NLR is going to pick up that dragon. It's going to be a big team fight. They're going to at least get one back down. Jared's going to be having to fight. Jared's going to be turning back on a 2-dude. I think he might be able to get him. Not quite, though. 2-dude's going to be able to live. So it's a 5-for-1. Ace for the side of BVC. However, at the same time, NLR will have picked up that dragon. But is it too little too late? There's some decently long death timers. Wise Gopher coming out in about 5 seconds. But that's about it. So they might be able to actually push down and get at least some damage down onto these Nexus turrets. If not, end the game. They're looking to end. We see Your Eternity, 2-dude and Safdie, they're pushing. We also see I Love Life coming from base. We're going to see a good ult away from Wise Gopher. Wise Gopher's going to be working to just clear this wave. So I think they're going to defend for now. Big Vibrating Chungus, if I was them, I'd just back up. Go ahead, take all the jungle camps of the side of Team Needlessly Large Rods. Don't let them get gold. Continue to suffocate them, and take away their gold sources. And this should be a pretty much guaranteed game, as the way this is going right now for the side of Team Big Vibrating Chungus. However, there are crazier things that have happened. But it's looking like this game is absolutely in favor of Team Big Vibrating Chungus. So, again, like I said, just, get some jungle camps. Oh, T-Man Billy gonna get a small win there. He went ahead and took back what was being taken from him, which is the blue buff, which is going to be really good on that Victor. So I like that play as well. However, again, might be looking a little bit too little, too late. But we're going to have to see. We're going to have the Baron coming up in a minute 25. If somehow Needlessly Large Rods can go ahead and pick up that Baron, I think that gives them a chance. They still have turrets down. They have a lot of pressure in the sides of, and in the sense of having turrets down. We're seeing a lot of work come down from Big Vibrating Chungus, but we've neglected to remember that Needlessly Large Rods have taken down all of the outer turrets of Big Vibrating Chungus, as well as a tier 2 in the bottom lane. So if they can get this Baron and win a team fight, I think it's absolutely possible that they can go ahead and get themselves back in this game. But the one main thing I'm looking for right now is to avoid that Blitzcrank hook. That Blitzcrank hook has been hitting a lot of the time in this game, and it's been causing a lot of issues for the side of Team Needlessly Large Rods. So if they can, start and continue to dodge some more of these hooks, I think that they have an absolute chance to get back in it. But that is a big if right now, because of the fact that Big Vibrating Chungus is so strong right now. We see the 7-0 Olaf, the 5-0 Shen, the 10-4 Ari. These guys are all so very, very strong right now that it's seeming pretty hard for big needlessly large rods to come back. However, we are seeing Victor farm up. We're seeing Victor get his upgrades. We're seeing Victor, start to come online as the game's going on. Even though he is 1-5, he's not as strong as he could be. However, he is definitely still very useful. The Diana ult is still very strong as well. And honestly, that last fight would have gone better if they had that vision of Ravedorn. It was unfortunate that he was able to hide in the vision away from them in that little bush in that dragon fight there, because all he did was he E'd, he W'd, and he Q'd, and Wise Gopher's health went completely bye-bye. Didn't have to ult, didn't have to ignite, nothing. Just an EQW, and Wise Gopher was absolutely gone. And again, this is what's going to happen yet again as I'm talking about it. EQW. Except this time, Ravedorn is going to go ahead and pop that ult. Okay, MKP going back down, and he's going to get a huge shutdown onto Ravedorn. Jarrett going to be fighting Your Eternity in the bottom lane. However, I don't think it's going to work out too well for him. Jarrett 3-3 on the Garen. Your Eternity 5-0 on the Shen. I think that Shen is going to win. 5-0-9. He has the Sterix. He has the Sunfire. He has Titanic Hydra. He is very, very strong right now as Your Eternity. So right now, Your Eternity is likely looking to ult out. But we're going to be looking and waiting for Jarrett on the Garen to, I guess, disappear. Never mind. I was going to say something cool, like, he can silence him, stop the ult away. But he's just going to get absolutely popped. So, never mind. Scratch that. Jarrett's not going to have any chance against Your Eternity. He is way too strong right now. And Your Eternity on the Shen is going to take out Jarrett on the Garen. And they're going to pick up the Baron. So Team Big Vibrating Chungus looking to slate themselves into a very strong position for probably the last few minutes of this game. I'm not expecting this to go on too much longer with how strong these guys are right now. But again, anything can happen. I've definitely seen crazy things happen. They are going to be likely putting themselves to solo point, because I'm not quite too sure if Needlessly Large Rods can contest this. But overall, one thing I do want to say, absolutely fantastic game from Big Vibrating Chungus. They're playing this game so well. And I'm really, really liking how this game is being played. I Love Life on the Blitzcrank is doing some major work. So Blitzcrank, we didn't give a whole lot of credit last night. I wasn't ready to give it a whole ton of credit today, but I Love Life is just hitting every hook pretty much. So good on you, I Love Life. Good on you. You must really be loving it right now with how well you are doing right now. And on top of that, we also see, like I was talking about earlier, the Shen and the Olaf and the 11-5 Ari, who has a kill participation of 23. All right, so 11 kills, 12 assists. Out of 30 kills, he has been a part of 23, which is absolutely incredible. So it's looking like Ravedorn right now is the man to ban out in the next game. However, it's seeming like any pick Ravedorn's been getting his hands on, he's been playing fantastic. So I think that banning away this Ari might be a good idea with how much damage he's been doing. They might be looking to ban away the Blitz as well, because that's 2 games now we've seen the Blitz do well in this tournament. And an absolute corker of a hook, but it's going to be a huge fight coming down as well. MKP going to be ulting, and Base not really going to be able to do too much. The Buster Shot coming down from the Tristana. Wise to go for doing everything he can. Jarrett doing everything he can. He might be going down, but he is going to live. So he's going to be able to walk away, get away, back, and hopefully come in for one last fight. T-Man Billy is going to be going to get some damage down from afar. However, he's going to get hooked, but he does have the Hourglass, and he is going to live for a brief second. Coltimus is going to be doing some major work to keep these guys off his carries and off his Nexus. Jarrett can be coming in, possibly picking up at least a kill here. However, it's looking like they're just going to drive Big Vibrating Chungus away, and they're just going to be able to defend their base. So NLR PVC is still going to be going on for at least a little bit longer. 32 minutes in, looking real strong for Big Vibrating Chungus. They do have soul points. So it's looking like they might be getting Dragon Soul in about 3 minutes. Jarrett can be able to possibly take out Your Eternity. If he hits the silence, absolutely fantastic for him. That is a lot of gold going into Jarrett's pocket. That is 1,000 gold going into his pocket. So Jared is now a rich man. He's going to go put that into the stock market and pick up some items with it. He's going to be getting some pretty good dividends out of that. I don't know anything about stocks, so I'm not going to say anything more on that regard. But that's what I'm going to call Jared's little W right there. It's a personal win, but it's definitely a strong win for sure. So we're going to see what he does with it. And we're going to see if he can use that extra 1,000 gold to help his team. Dementio, thanks for pointing that out. It looks like that is going to be a Shen with Azonias. That is an interesting one. I don't know if I've ever seen a Shen build Azonias. But I feel like being so strong, I think he might be just, going for fun last item. Because I feel like he might be getting a little bit confident that this game is over. So that would be my take on it, but I'm not 100% sure. But it is an interesting one for sure. I don't think I've ever seen that. Yeah. If you've seen that, let me know. But I definitely do not think I've seen a Shen with Azonias before. So we're going to see if that does anything. I don't even know if any Shen's ability scale with AP. Maybe his Q? I'm not even sure about that one. Or his ult? Like his ult might give a bigger shield. I am not sure. So I'm not quite too sure if that is, for any damage or if it's just for the stopwatch. My assumption would be is for the stopwatch or it's just a for fun pick. It does scale with Q and ult. Okay. So it's at least a little bit. So I guess it is going to be a little bit of damage and I guess a little bit more survivability in fights. So that's going to be an interesting one, but we'll see if it plays out for him. But he is doing so well right now. He's 6-1 and 11. He's very, very strong anyway. So Zonias or no Zonias, your Eternity on the Shen is doing fantastic. So I think he could build pretty much any item at this point and still have a very lasting impact on the game. Right now, we're seeing the side of Team Needlessly Large Rods just go ahead and defend the base. And likely we're going to be seeing is the Dragon Soul go down to the side of Big Vibrating Chungus. That Ocean Soul is going to be very strong. Your Eternity is going to benefit from that pretty well. Two Dudes going to benefit from that quite a bit as well. So if they can pick up that Soul, I think that's going to be game. Unless Team Needlessly Large Rods can somehow, stall out this game a little bit more and pick up that Elder Dragon. It's looking like they might be just out of luck. Two Dudes going to be chasing down MKP. MKP going to get absolutely blown up. Coltimus going to be doing everything he can. He hits the knock up. However, he is going to have some damage go down onto him. He's going to get hooked. Okay, Ravedorn's down though, so it's a 4v3. It is at least a little bit easier for the side of Team Needlessly Large Rods, and they do have their two main carries right now, and that is Jarrett and Wise Gopher. But Wise Gopher going to get hooked. He's going to get absolutely blown up. Jarrett going to be putting down some major damage before he goes down. He still has quite a bit of health. So if they can continue to clear these waves, it's possible that this game does, push on a little longer. Oh my god, that shield coming in from the Shen ult. That was ridiculous. Okay, maybe the AP is helpful there. Because that shield actually I think that just filled up the rest of I Love Life's health bar. So, not a whole bad. Oh, okay. I don't mean to, interrupt myself right now, but I Love Life going to be almost taken down by the death ray from by T-Man Billy. T-Man Billy is starting to do some major damage. Like I was saying, Victor being 1-5 is obviously an issue. You want to be a little bit better, but he does still get damage if he can continue to, farm and get some gold, get some XP. So I wasn't too worried. I also don't know. I don't know, Aiden. Just let me have it, all right? We're going to see Jerry taking a lot of damage right now, so he is going to be trying to push them away, but that healing from that passive is absolutely incredible. And they do have one Ocean Dragon, so that is going to be really good. Jared going to be going down, doing major damage onto Your Eternity. I think he is doing fantastic in that regard. And they're going to be able to pick up that Ocean Dragon. They are going to be able to stall out that game, so they do have two Oceans now. Oh my god, Team Needlessly Large Rods might be looking to do it with with one Nexus turret still remaining. They look to be on a mission. But Big Vibrating Chungus is just going to go ahead and turn into this Baron. They're like, alright, you guys get Dragon, we're going to get Baron. With this Baron, I feel like it's possible for them to be able to take that Baron, push, and end with that buff. They do have a lot of minions. They do have an inhib down, so they will have super minions up. And Needlessly Large Rods, I don't even know if they know that Big Vibrating Chungus is on the Baron right now. However, what we are going to see is them start to move over towards this Baron. They do not have any vision, but Diana does have the blue trinket, so sorry, not Diana. T-Man Billy on the Victor is going to toss down that blue trinket, but it looks like it might be too little too late. Yeah, Team Big Vibrating Chungus picks up the Baron. 2-Dude going to be going in. Can't get CC'd, but he is going to possibly lose his life. We're going to see the Blitzcrank get blown up. 2-Dude's going to get blown up as well. He's going to fail his flash. That is huge for Needlessly Large Rods. Jared going to be hunting down Sapton. He's going to get silenced. Sapton, he cannot get away. Oh my god, what an absolute turn of events. They get the Baron, but they give up 4 lives. 2 for 4, and a Baron for Big Vibrating Chungus. So your Eternity, the only one left standing with that Baron buff, and a huge play coming up from the side of Team Needlessly Large Rods. We see that Diana at 111.6, but still having so much capability to contribute in these team fights with that ultimate ability. It is incredible what we're witnessing right now. I think this is the most entertaining game of the tournament so far. If you guys are in the chat, please tell me if you agree or not, and if you have seen any of the other games. This game is so much fun, because right when you think it's going to end, it's just not going to happen. They're really trying to make me eat my words. Needlessly Large Rods is really pushing for this. We saw Victor at 1-5 is now 5, 6, and 9. I told you, once he gets some items, once he gets some gold, he continues to get stronger and stronger. He gets those upgrades. Victor is always a good champion late game. It just generally takes so long to get to become the champion that he can be, that he's not as strong of a pick. But once you get closer to the 40 minutes like we're at right now, I think the Victor pick actually becomes very strong. They're looking for a pick. Your Eternity in the bottom lane. He might be able to get away. Jared going to be using that Q early. Your Eternity going to be able to walk away. That's perfectly fine. He still has the flash. He still has the ult. He still has the teleport available. We are going to see Big Vibrating Chungus rotate down to try to get some damage. And now they're going to be looking to push mid lane is my assumption. We're going to see them all rotate. Dragon Soul is up in 2 minutes. Does not matter which team gets the dragon. It is going to be Soul going down to either team, as they're both sitting at 3 dragons right now. So, it does not matter who picks it up. It is going to be going to the Soul, to whoever picks it up. And honestly, I think whoever picks it up, increases their chance of winning. But if we can make it past this point right now, I Love Life going to be waiting for that hook. He's going to miss that hook. This is the opportunity for Needlessly Large Rods to go ahead and enter if they'd like to. I Love Life's going to have that hook back up. They're going to want to wait for that hook to go down yet again before they start a fight. However, it looks like it's going to be a 4-0-1 right now for the side of Team Big Vibrating Chungus. They're going to be looking to spread the pressure. They're going to be looking to get that bottom side tower. However, it's not going to go down. Your Eternity still going to be pushing for it, though. So this is really, really good. They're going to get that top lane turret. That inhib turret is going to go down on the top side. The bottom side turret likely going to be going down as well. That inhib turret is going to be getting pushed with those Baron minions. So looking like they're going to get the inhib turret, but I don't think they're going to be able to get that inhib. We see the Soul coming up in just a minute. The Ocean Soul is going to be really strong for whoever gets it. T-Man Billy going to be using his Zonias early, just to avoid the damage coming out from Ravetorn. I'm not sure if that was the best time to use the Hourglass. However, it is going to save him for now. Safton, you're going to have to E and heal away. He is going to survive, though. MKP going to be going down. Good for him not to use the ult, since 2-Dude could just use his ult and avoid getting stunned. We're going to see the Shen ult go down. But the absolute dunk coming out from Jared on the Garen is going to do some major work. Jared can be fighting Your Eternity. Alright, so it's Garen versus the Shen. Tank versus tank, but Garrett has a little bit more damage here. Oh, except for if Ravedorn's going to be hitting him over the wall. Jared going to have to back away. It's a 4v1 right now, but he doesn't know it just yet. He now sees Safony. But it's looking like they're going to be working towards Dragon. This is going to be a trade. It looks like Team Big Vibrating Chungus might be looking to end here, while Team Needlessly Large Rods is going for that Dragon Soul. But what we're going to be seeing is a 4v3 likely, because we're going to see Wise go for push out that bottom wave and then come back and defend. Their goal right now, just clear the wave. Don't let them get damage onto that turret. However, we're going to see T-Man Billy come back as well. Victor can do some major work in this team fight. Ravedorn going to be going down incredibly low. He might succumb. Nope, he's going to have the Hourglass. But Your Eternity on the Shen is going to go down. Ravedorn going to be forced to flash away. Wise Gopher going to be able to flash, jump in. He might be killed, though. Wise Gopher with the stopwatch working towards that GA, I'm assuming. He's going to be able to use it and survive. I Love Life going to be hitting another hook. Jared going to be going down super low. MPAP going to be coming in from the side. They're looking to get down I Love Life. T-Man Billy going to take out Safety on the Ezreal. Oh my god, we're looking at the comeback of the tournament right now. Wise Gopher going to be at his base trying to take out some of the minions, clear those those waves. He does not know that there's a reward there, and your eternity is able to TP in. But it's looking like Colton is going to be looking to possibly sweep that area to clear it out. And while I'm saying that, Jared's going to get another kill. They're going to be looking for 2 dude again as well. He's going to hit silence. He's going to hit the ult. Oh my god. Team Needlessly Large Rods pulling off something that I thought was not possible. They started out so far behind. They're down over 10,000 gold. And they're looking to be in a position to possibly win this game. The death timers are so long. They have everybody dead. They might be able to pull this off. The Ari and the Olaf are both still dead. Except it's looking like they're just going to pull off. I think they get Baron. I think they possibly get Baron and might win this game. Needlessly Large Rods, when they looks like there was no longer possible, they still get it done. And if you get that reference, I really, really like your style, because that is a reference to the classic goal scored by Mr. Alex Ovechkin from way back in the day. That is the commentary that is coming down on that golden goal. And right now it's looking like this is going to be a golden goal for Team Needlessly Large Rods. If they can avoid this hook, then they're perfectly fine. However, if Jared's the one who gets hooked, it looks like it might be the end for Safdie and I Love Life. This Baron's going down so fast. They're going to pick up that Baron. They're going to back off. Your Eternity's going to be trying to get some damage down in the mid lane. And we are going to be seeing the absolute craziest game of the tournament. This is absolutely incredible. I was counting them out. I'm sure a lot of you guys were probably counting them out as well. We had a Shen 5-0. We had an Olaf 8-0. We had an Ari 11-5. It was looking so promising for Big Vibrating Chungus, but Needlessly Large Rods did not care. Like I was saying, they pulled off. They started to farm up. They brought themselves online. The Victor started to farm up. He got his upgrades. He got CS. He got the XP. And he started to do some major damage. And Jarrett doing God's work for the side of Team Needlessly Large Rods. Jarrett is doing absolutely fantastic, having an incredible game alongside Coltimus being able to do some major work here in that bottom lane as a support. He doesn't have the best kill deaths right now, but he's got 13 assists and he is doing some major contributions in this team fight. So don't let those stats fool you at all. Coltimus is becoming an absolute force to be reckoned with. They already have an inhib down the mid lane. They're looking to get that inhib pushed into in the bottom lane. It's not going to become the case. However, they are going to get a major amount of pressure going down in that bottom side. We are going to see the Victor. Just, go ahead, toss that death ray down. Just do some damage, get some poke off. And the Ari, we saw so much work coming down from the Ari early, but the Victor just seems to have outscaled her and just started to do some major damage. He has a little bit more CC. He has the AoE damage, whereas Ravedorn on the Ari can get those picks very easily. We see I Love Life on the Blitzcrank able to get those picks. We see Safdie able to help with those picks. Your Eternity being able to, TP in with the taunt, get those picks. But the team fighting of Team Needlessly Large Rods doing some major damage to the side of Team Big Vibrating Chungus. It worked out so well early for BVC. However, NLR is looking to end the game. They're going in. They have the mark on Your Eternity, but it's going to wear off. MKP looking for an engage. We're going to see MKP and Coltimus looking to front line and possibly getting some major work done. Jared's going to be backing to try to get that his base protected, and it's looking like Needlessly Large Rods is still gonna have to back off. However, from being 10k gold down to 3k gold down to having the Baron to having the Ocean Soul to being poised to possibly pick up this Elder Dragon, Needlessly Large Rods came from the depths of hell and are looking to win. Doom Eternal style, they are going to be looking to do the unthinkable and improve to 3-4 in the tournament. And you know what? With a win like this, they're going to have momentum going into game 2, and it might even put them in a good enough position to pull off 2 wins in a row. That would improve them to 4-4. They'd actually be overtaking Big Vibrating Chungus as well. So if Team Needlessly Large Rods can go ahead and finish this game out, win this game, and take the momentum and bring it into game number 2, I think they can win. And one thing that I think is working really well for the side of Team Needlessly Large Rods is the comps that they've been drafting. They've been drafting a lot of AoE team fight style comps. They're not necessarily trying to go for the picks. They're not building entirely for picks like it's seeming Big Vibrating Chungus is here. They're building for the team fights. They're building to scale. So I'm really liking the way that Needlessly Large Rods has been drafting this tournament. And if they can get another draft like this in the next game, they might win. However, that is a huge pickup for Ravedorn. Ravedorn doing some insane damage. However, Victor, T-Man Billy is going to be saying, oh, you do damage too. You got that kill. I'm just going to zone you guys off with a knee. But the thing is right now, they can't afford to just give this up. Whoever gets his Elder Dragon 100% wins the game. Jared going to be going in. Coltimus going to be going in. Teamfight going to be going down. Coltimus going to be doing some major work. Victor going to be able to do some damage from the back untouched. So is Wise Gopher. T-Man Billy and Wise Gopher putting down some major damage. Jared going to be getting Safthony. Oh my god, I think they've done it. T-Man Billy going to be flashing onto Your Eternity. They're going to be going in. Going to be another flash from Wise Gopher. Your Eternity going to be Buster shot away. However, he's going to die. Jared is going to be chasing Ravedorn. He might be able to pick him up. He has the Stride Breaker. He has the Q. He might have his E up very soon. He's going to have an auto. If he can dodge this charm, he's going to pick up that kill. He's not even going to have to dodge it. He's going to get that win anyway. All right, so what we're going to see right now is they're going to push the mid lane. And they have 30 seconds on the first death timer, which is the Blitzcrank. I think they can end. T-Man Billy just needs to clear this wave. Wise Gopher needs to clear this wave. And the Tristana pushing power is able to end this game. We see Team Needlessly Large Rods come from 10,000 gold behind to go ahead and pick up this win. They were down by over 16 kills, and they get the win in this first game. Oh my god, this is the game of the tournament. I cannot believe what I just witnessed. A 49-minute game and an absolute smash of a game. This game is a smash hit. It's going to get 5 billion views on YouTube. I'm going to title it something real cool. Oh my god.